Hello, my name is Teo from my recommendation. Happy New Year! This is the first 2022 video of Pajama TV. It's been almost 1 year since I started Pajama TV, a 1 year history. I'm sure you will like this book review, A Fresh Start. Let me introduce you a FING! Really, it's a FING. Let me introduce you what a FING looks like. A FING has an eye and 2 holes. Look at this. And is very hairy. A FING can be found in the deepest jungle. Myrtle, our character, wanted a FING. So Myrtle Meek's father and mother, Mr. and Mrs. Meek, found an encyclopedia of monsters. They found a FING. A FING is a mammal. This, the most rarest of rare beasts, is found only in the deepest, darkest, jungliest jungle. Wow. The word called jungliest doesn't really exist, but Mr. Williams just put it in here for fun. The books are fun because of those fun words and fun actions, right? The appearance of a FING is that of a fur-covered sphere. The size of the beasts varies wildly. One moment they can be as small as a marble, the next as large as a hot air balloon. FINGs have one large eye in the center and a hole on either side. One hole is a mouth and other is bottom. But nobody can be sure which hole is which, not even the FING itself, which has been known to try to feed using his bottom. Having no arms or legs, FINGs move around by rolling, or sometimes even bouncing. Strangely enough, FING's favorite food is biscuits of the custard cream variety. Wow, this monster's so picky. Let me read the warning. Never ever keep a FING in your house. They are the worst pets. Doom awaits you. To describe what a FING looks like, you have to fill 2 pages. Just remember that. So, Mr. Meek sets off to the journey of the world's jungliest jungle. And do you know that Mr. Meek turns into a kind of a street roamer after this incident? But Mr. Meek went to the deepest, darkest, jungliest jungle, so he became a kind of tramp or something like that. Spot the difference. I can't spot the difference between normal Mr. Meek and Mr. Meek the Adventurer. Look at this. Can you spot the difference? I can't. Myrtle was happy that you could get eaten. A bit happy, just a bit happy. Do you know what he packed? He packed an anorak in case of rain and spare pairs of underpants and socks, which he beeped some. He'd also brought some light reading and small selection of his favorite books from home. A history of cauliflower, boring buildings of Britain ponds, a closer look at gravel, tissues around the world. What title you think is very funny? I think Tissues Around the World. Plus, he had taken out of the library the book that had led him to this quest. The Monsterpedia Banana Tropical Fruit. It was wriggling around in his suitcase. Because he's a librarian, he just had to remember to return it within 2 weeks or there would be a hefty fine to pay. Actually, £2 or £1 or 20. So he found the Fingy Fing. The creature was no bigger than a tennis ball, and two little holes were visible, one on either side of a large eye, which swiveled around to look at Mr. Meek, like that. And the thing was small as a tennis ball. What size it could be? Is the size of this. Can you imagine that thing could turn into a large hot air balloon? Nah, I can't believe it, unless it's a gigantic balloon. So let's see the page where Mr. Meek falls in a swamp on a honkopotamus. It's, I guess, a kind of a mixture between a whale and a hippopotamus, I think. I say this a lot often, that the thing, bit Mr. Meek's finger. And he met the two-headed crocodile. He got chased, one-winged birds, and croco, thing, honkopotamus. But the deadliest animal in the world was one of the people in Mr. Meek's family tree. Myrtle once snapped the Christmas tree in half because she didn't get enough presents. Haha. And also, Myrtle became a monster, and Mr. Meek and Mrs. Meek lived happily ever after without their daughter. Now, the moral we can learn from this story is that don't behave yourself like Myrtle, and don't let more be your first word. Okay, got that? And I'll end this recommendation with a small thing to say. Happy New Year again. Bye.